It's an interesting day to be in the synagogue today. Some of our friends and our neighbors are celebrating the birthday of their most important religious leaders, and we are observing a day of fasting, a yahrzeit. Today is Asarah Tevet, the 10th day of the 4th month on the Hebrew calendar called Tevet. It's mentioned for the first time in the Bible in the book of Zechariah the prophet. On this day, 2,600 years ago, in the year 587 before the Common Era, Nebuchadnezzar and his Babylonian army laid siege around Jerusalem. It took about 18 months before the walls of Jerusalem were breached on the 17th day of Tammuz, and 3 weeks later, the temple that King Solomon built was destroyed, Jerusalem was in ruins, and the people were exiled to Babylon. That was Tisha B'Av, the year 586 before the Common Era. Asarah Tevet is a minor fast day. We call it a minor fast day because it's not a full fast day like Yom Kippur or Tisha B'Av. In fact, if you are thinking right now, wait a minute, we're not supposed to fast on Shabbat. That's true, but there are exceptions. A minor fast day begins at dawn and ends when we see 3 stars in the sky, or if you can't see the stars, when it gets dark. So, the exceptions are Yom Kippur. If Yom Kippur falls on Shabbat, we are allowed to fast. And it's okay for us to intrude on the beginning of Shabbat with Asarah Tevet. In fact, according to Halacha, we can fast until the Kiddush is recited a short time from now. Today, Asarah Tevet is also a general yahrzeit date. It was designated so by the Israeli rabbinates. It's called a General Kaddish Day. And it was designed for those that died, and we don't know the date that they died. So when you think about it, it was established primarily for survivors of the Holocaust who have no idea when their loved ones perished in the Holocaust. And so today is a date on the Hebrew calendar that you can observe the yahrzeit for those you do not know the day they died. I have a story to tell you. On the eve of World War II, there were 60,000 Jews living in the city of Saloniki, Greece. Nazi Germany invaded Greece and very quickly rounded the Jews of Saloniki and shipped them to Auschwitz-Birkenau, where 50,000 of them were murdered. Shortly after the German invaded Saloniki, the Berla family went into hiding. In fact, they survived the Holocaust in hiding. In 1961, they had a baby boy. They named him Albert. At home, they mostly called him Avraham. Albert went on to study veterinary medicine and got a PhD in biotechnology reproduction from the University of Aristotle in Saloniki. After completing his education, he got a job with a company, an American company that has a division in Greece called Pfizer. Very quickly, he moved up the management ladder until in 2001, Pfizer moved him to the headquarters in New York to assume even higher management position. In 2019, January of 2019, Albert Avraham Berla became the CEO of Pfizer, the same company that gave us the first vaccine for COVID-19, the same company that were using their vaccine to vaccinate millions of people in the last 2 weeks, the same vaccine that probably will save millions of lives around the world, the same vaccine that is actually being shipped to Germany, where undoubtedly it would save countless lives, because we Jews love lives. Like many other people, Albert Berla probably doesn't know the date that his relative perished during the Holocaust. But maybe, just maybe, giving us the vaccine for COVID-19 is probably the most meaningful yahrzeit candle it could have lit today, because we love life. On this beautiful Shabbat, the last Shabbat of 2020, my hope and prayer that all of us will continue to be blessed by God with peace and love and certainly good health. Shabbat Shalom.